Hey, it's Tiana Johnson, a co-host of The Real Table Talk, where if it happens in love, life, and relationships,
we are talking about it.
That's right. And on this episode, we are talking as sister girls, as ladies, talking about nice nasty. Okay. When it comes to women, and it was just something that we as your sisters, as girlfriends, we really wanted to talk about it. We don't feel like there's enough people talking about this nice nasty epidemic that I feel like we're in. And who wants to jump in with
But what is nice? Yeah.
What is
Doc, give us your thoughts on that.
It's like a backhanded compliment. It's like making statements where it in the moment it feels like, oh, that was really nice, and then you walk away and you'd be like,
wait a minute,
hold on a second,
Nasty.
that wasn't really what it was supposed to be. And the thing is that really the nasty nice comes from the fact that maybe there's some feelings there about someone that's negative and you try to cover it up. It's a defense mechanism that people use where they are upset about something that someone has done to them, and then it just comes out, and a lot of it is unconscious. So I think it's really great to talk to that person, say, hey, wait a minute, you made that comment and it made me feel a certain way. What was that about? And to just approach that person and just say, did you realize that was what you've done? And then it gives it's a great opportunity to open up a conversation where you can get deeper into what's happening.
I think for me, I'm so sick of women that are portraying this nice girl, spiritual leader, boss, empowerment, but really deep down, your soul is black. You're nasty. You need to go do a deep cleanse of your soul. Like they need to twist you inside and out and wash your soul, because there's something about you that's going on that's deeper than we all know, and I just don't like it. I feel like I'm good with women being authentic. Like, be you. If you're a boss, be a boss. If you're not, don't be. If you're this way, be it. Be who you are, but don't be fake. Don't be nice nasty. Be real and be authentic and show up the way you truly are.
Well, I'd like to take a developmental approach, because sometimes people are doing it, they don't even realize that they're doing it. Right. We talk about self-awareness. Sometimes you just don't know. And I think that's why when you notice something like that, to approach that person lovingly and to say, hey, sis, did you notice?
But
did you know that this was what it was?
But I also love how you're always going, and there's two sides to that. How about the side where you're being nasty and you don't have the courage to really just say what you want to say, because there's something that you can say in an authentic way and get it out respectfully, but because you're shady, I said what I said. You say it and you got some underlying challenges within yourself that you don't want to address, haven't touched on, and it comes out in a way that's so condescending. That's nice. That's nice, nasty. Yeah. And you're saying it, and you don't even take time to actually reflect on how that's making you feel, because you're so deep in your soul and challenged in all of what you got going on within yourself. And then secondly, you're not thinking about how what you said has made the other person feel. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, seriously, I think sometimes nice, nasty can happen unintentionally, but I do believe that majority of the time it's intentional.
Yeah, it's definitely intentional.
It's intentional.
Want to chime in on that?
So I would definitely have to. I say this all the time when it comes to nice, nasty individuals. They're very passive aggressive. So you have passive aggressive, you have aggressive, then you have assertive, and then you have passive. And usually those passive aggressive individuals who are nice nasty, they struggle with their identity. They struggle with validation. They struggle with having the courage to speak what they speak what they really feel. I feel as though that their voice have been taken away from them, and usually at a traumatic age, or a age, a childhood age, they have experienced trauma, and so therefore, in their adult age, they carry that over, and they use it as an excuse to speak up, right? And so that's the issue. When all you really have to do is just be authentic, and just, have the courage to say what you mean and mean what you say. It's just that simple, But a lot of people who are nice nasty, they're usually passive aggressive. Yeah, I don't do well with that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're talking about how it's learned. So somehow your family of origin, that's how people communicated how they really felt. They didn't really talk directly. It's more indirect. So if someone did something that made you
Yes.
mad, what they'll do is they'll forget. Oh, I forgot to pick you up, or I forgot to do something that you asked them to do. But it's a passive aggressive way to deal with the real feelings that you're not sharing. And some families just don't have an atmosphere of openness and sharing. You have to cover it up,
Absolutely.
and it's unconscious. I'm going to say a lot of people are doing it. They don't know that they're doing it. What do you guys think over here?
I agree with you. I do believe that it is definitely a trauma response, because one thing that I see about people when they have these issues is like hurt people. They want to hurt people. And even if they don't see necessarily like the person, they will, let me dial back. When people have trauma from especially from childhood, it's often those behaviors become a subconscious thing. Now, when we go into regular life and we start understanding other people's personalities, we start seeing things in other people that we wish we would have seen within ourselves. So what we try to do is we try to turn them down, or try to bring them down, because I see you at a higher level than me. So I want to bring you down a notch. I want to take you down. And it's not fair. It's not fair. That's where people decide, it's like, okay, I want you to feel like I'm feeling. And it's not, and that's the part where I feel like it's not really fair, because you don't know what that person has done to get to the part where they are. Because everybody in life has dealt with some form of trauma in some standpoint. So that's where my standpoint is.
I really just echo everything that everyone said. I think one thing that comes to mind is like, perception is projection, right? If someone is projecting what they're feeling onto you, a lot of times it has nothing to do with you. It's what they're dealing with inside, and you just happen to be the person that they're projecting that onto, right? And then sometimes they're seeing something in you that they like, similar to what Tiffany said, that they wish they saw in themselves. So they're projecting that outward rage, that outward hate, if you will, onto you unknowingly, or sometimes knowingly. Even if you're saying like unconsciously, at some level or to some degree, they have an understanding of what they're doing. And especially if you have a talk with them and you bring it to their awareness and they continue to do it, or they don't even acknowledge it, then that becomes a choice. So it really is dependent on what that conversation is, how often it's happening, and if it's a repeated pattern.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll dial into that as well. Also, people, they take assessments of people as well. People also can identify subconsciously who they can mess with and who they can't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
They can look at a person and size them up and say, oh, I could take you. And then, oh yeah, no, I know not to mess with that one. That one gonna bite back. So I need to know if I really need to refrain or if I'm not, so that's where also trauma comes in as well, because usually the bully is, that's a trauma response. Yeah. So assessing people as well.
I think for me, when we talk about this topic, I think y'all keeping it a little too surface. I gotta go a little bit deeper. Then I'm gonna pass it over to my good sis Jen, because I've been in situations where I've watched women with collars, white collars, around their neck every Thursday, preaching the gospel, but then talked about they was going to send the goons on me. And and they was ready to fight, right? Yeah, the goons.
Yeah.
On you. On you, really?
Yes. Yes. And like, so no, but they're ministering to people, they're leading people, they're coaching people, and yet they're still nasty and rude and mean, and I don't like that.
Shaking the table with that one.
But isn't
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just want to say, but isn't that what we've maybe touched upon before in terms of the emotional intelligence of how they're actually behaving, what they're again choosing to do? I mean that all goes into emotional intelligence, I feel.
Well, I would say this because everybody's has said things that are all connected, but the moment that I experience nice nasty has typically come from leadership. You know, I'm the one that comes from a person who, when I'm on a team, I'm here to help. But a lot of times I am a natural leader. It's just who I am. But I'm not trying to take your position. But a lot of times when they sense jealousy, then this nice nasty comes in. So they use their position of authority to try to blackmail me or try to, because I'm in a position of authority, then they sometimes nice, but they have a condescending or underlining dismissive approach about how they handle me. So that's how I feel about this nice nasty. And we have to really talk about leadership, because then what leadership quality is that? She talked about projection. So a lot of times it's, do you see in me what you want to be? You know, so that's that nice nasty stuff that we got to unpack somewhere. Like, whew, what is
I like
that?
the leadership concept. I like with like diving into like how that nice nasty actually ends up reflecting our leadership. Like I've also dealt with the same. I've dealt with situations where I've been in rooms where people have actually decided, oh, it's because she's cute, or they over sexualize me, and as a way to be able to diminish the type of work and the effort that I put in, or, oh, she's doing this because she wants to get something out of it. And it's like, over time, of course, I improve my work ethic and I stand by it, but it's hard to be able to do because people decide they want to be nasty because I'm deciding to be nice.
Yeah, I feel like a huge part of that is, like you said, there's also a fear that goes with that, right? So you also get nice nasty when you don't want me at the table. Like no, for real. Because when you talk about leadership and some of the things, and we've all experienced our own spaces of being women of color and trying and knowing we're supposed to be at the table and not being offered a seat at the table, and sitting at the table and still being frowned upon for being at the table, and you get nice nasty there. And I've had to deal with that, and I think a lot of that comes from fear. So fear of, do you not want me at the table, or do you not think I should be at the table? But there's also a fear of intimidation of whether you believe that if I'm at the table, something else is coming from that. And so we get those bumping of, and I've had nice nasty in leadership at this space where you fear me being at the table because you know good and well I should be at this table. And you know good and well that if I am really sitting at this table, and the decisions that I'm going to make at this table could potentially cost you your leadership role, and you got about $50,000 on me.
Well, I will just say,
in
just to
salary.
piggyback on everybody else, is just that whole theory of just the man in the mirror type of concept. And so, being that we talked about being our authentic self, maybe that person don't know how to be authentic. So being that we grew up in certain communities or environments or in a household where it's like, as we would say, stay out of adult business. We don't know how our own voices and our own words. So with that being said, I think when it comes to someone that's in leadership or that is possessing that type of leadership skill, maybe they need to do some type of character work where it's like, I need to learn how to be my authentic self. But of course, having people around them in the community to help them so they can be authentic.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's it.
You know who I get a lot of nice nasty from? Celebrities.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us.
Okay, so
You don't have to name it, but tell us.
I don't want to put nobody on the spot.
no names.
But I get a lot of nice nasty celebrities. Like, working with celebrities are not that fun sometimes. The ego, they feel like they're up here, you're down here, like you're a little peasant, and like, there's a handful of celebrities that I've worked with that I can say I've not experienced that with. But I've had some experience with celebrities that they are just very belittling, condescending, and I just don't like it. So it's like, what is that? What is that deeper thing when it comes to women? And even when you have a little bit of stature that makes you be that nasty and disgusting.
Well, underneath it is insecurities.
Very.
You must be triggering something in them, making them feel insecure. Celebrities can be, everything is about image, everything is tightly controlled. I mean, some of the celebrities I've spoken to, they worry about how they're perceived, what they're seen. If they make a mistake, they could be on this list and never get booked again. Like, I think they spend a lot of time up at night thinking about, oh my goodness, replaying interactions in their head, thinking, oh my goodness, did this person take this the wrong way? Did they not take it the wrong way? It is a lot of pressure on celebrities. And I feel I'm really kind of sad about some of that. I do. It is.
Listen. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So
we the aunties. Look, we don't got time for it.
It is a lot of pressure there, Brenda.
So this
Here she go being nice again.
I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just at the point where I just want to explain it and just kind of connect with people, because I have been nasty nice with people, but when I'm that way, I'm deliberately that way. Like,
I will say this. I will say there's a difference.
I know when I'm doing it.
Please, I would really love to know when you really.
Yeah, because I couldn't see
Yeah.
that. I can't see it.
I was mad at somebody.
Be audacity.
And it was somebody I work with, and I know I have to be professional, and I deliberately said, I'm gonna be nasty nice with this, you know what? And I was just like, we were doing this exercise, this group exercise, and if they see this, they'll know it's them. We were doing this kind of it was supposed to be after they've done something really disgusting at work. We're supposed to do a team building exercise. And I was like, I don't want to do a team building with these people because I don't trust her. And so we did something, and she stepped on something. And I said, yeah, just stepping on toes, like you like to cross lines. You like to not be in your lane. And I said it, and I was being nice, nasty, and I did it on purpose. And I don't feel bad about it. Like, I hope she went home and thought about it. But outside of that, I normally don't do that.
Package that up real nice.
So I'm gonna say this. Let's take it a step further, because we keep saying nice, nasty. Let's just call it what it is. Some people are just downright mean.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. And one of the things that most people speak on is a misplaced anger. I think there's also something called a misplaced authority, right? Because of the fact that the ones that are suffering from insecurity in an authoritative position, the thing about it is that you just really don't deserve that position, period. I've had an idea to go back to Dr. Tiana Von Johnson's aspect of or point of view on leadership in ministry, right? There's one woman particularly, well, no, several that I actually know, where it's almost like, I need you to be a mini me because of the fact that you don't have the authority at home. And so you want to reign and rule outside of your home, right? Because you have control issues in your home, but your spouse, your husband won't allow you to be in that authoritative position. And so you want to take on this authoritative dominant position and dominate everybody else around you. And then you not only that, but then you want to shape their identity for them to become you, right? And so the thing is that that's not no longer a nice nasty. You're just downright, you're just mean, right? You're just mean. For me, I say I'm nice until I'm not, right? Because of the fact that when I'm pushed to my limit, that's when you gonna catch the savage in me. That's when you're gonna catch the other side of me, where I feel like I gotta check you because of the fact that you thought that you can check me and belittle me, right? Because of the fact that I refuse to stoop to your level. Our Father always say, right, never handle a situation on the level that has been presented. Right? And so therefore, if you present me an opportunity, to be, nasty with you, I'm gonna always go higher. Right. But then you keep pushing those buttons. I have no other choice. Right. Some people are just mean.
Yes. See, and that's where boundaries. That's the reason why a lot of people
Absolutely.
decide they want to be able to do this, because some people, like I said, with assessments, people assess people, they watch people, they see how they move, and if they feel like they can be either one, for one, imposter syndrome is really a thing. So there's a lot of people out here that don't feel that they're capable of doing the things that they're actually doing. Am I really good at what I'm doing? Am I going to be good at this? But then they see somebody in that same position, or could be in that position. There are people that see others as, I can see the potential in you. I see your light. I want that light. I'm going to try to dim yours because yours is shining brighter than mine. And some people don't want certain people in the room because they'll take up the attention. So what they try to do is make them uncomfortable so that they won't want to be in the room. And I've actually been in that situation before where people have made me uncomfortable, where I decided I'm not going to go to that event. I'm not going to go to that speaking engagement because X, Y, and Z is going to be there. You know, and it's like, it gets to a point to where you have to start creating boundaries for yourself because people want to show your insecurities, especially if you're showing that in persona on the outside looking in that you look flawless. They want to show your flaws. So they want to show, oh, I could get her riled up. Oh, she's not as nice as people think she is. Oh, look, she turned up on me. Or, oh, look, she actually said a profanity. She said a cuss word or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, don't show up. Don't go to somewhere where if you in spaces where you don't feel valued and you don't feel respected, don't go anymore. That's like, just don't show up. And then eventually they'll get the message. And if they're bold enough to say, how come you didn't come? And you just be like, that's not a comfortable space for me, and I'm just not going to participate in it.
That's exactly what I had to do.
Yeah.
I had to take a step back and I start going to events and stuff. Like, oh, Tiffany, where have you been? I was just in spaces I wasn't comfortable in anymore. And I decided to create my own lane and see. And that actually even led me here sitting on this couch right now. So, so it's like, you got to understand something. People think that you are in this box, but you're only in the box that you decide that you want to be in. So it's not even, I also I have to use my emotional intelligence when someone decides that they want to be nice to me, because I'm looking like, okay, so what happened with you to be able to bring, and what's your self-awareness, and how relationship awareness are you to use like empathy, understanding that people are how are your stressors happening? How are your behaviors? How's your mental mindset? What happened in your everyday right now? So people are going through divorces. People are losing their family members. People are losing their jobs. They're losing their homes. And it's like, so it's all, like you said, misplaced anger. But they've already assessed that, oh, Tiffany's nice. Tiffany's gonna either A, forgive me, or Tiffany can't beat me. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to say whatever I need to say.
We are all adults. We are all adults. No one's forcing you to stay. If you are in a place and somebody's mean to you or all that, just leave. No one's stopping you. I have done that. I have been places where I felt like somebody was not the nicest to me. And next thing I know, it's going to be, what do they call it? The Irish exit. I'm just gone. I just grab my purse and I'm out of there.
But there's also a part about that, because while I do respect and understand us walking away, at what point do we take the ability to say, I don't like how what you did made me feel. And so while we're saying, I'm going to walk away because I don't want to get into this with you, we need to be able to teach people how to deal with us. And so what we feel at any given moment, we need to be able to step back from and be aware of how that makes us feel, but also how that is going to impact my response to you. And so that could very well be me snapping, or it could be me just kind of being a little respectful and letting you know, like, I didn't like how that made me feel. Let's try to talk about it. Let's move on from this.
Or
Let's
don't do that anymore.
And
Stop
don't do that.
it.
No, don't try me again.
Yeah, don't do that anymore. I don't like it.
F around and find out.
Is that what relationships
F around and find out.
Is that with relationships that matter or not? Do we go back and revisit them with relationships that matter?
I believe it's with every relationship.
It's with everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's for every relationship that matters.
We teach people how we want to be treated.
Yep. 100%.
For sure. For sure. Well, I definitely think this was a healthy conversation about the nice, nasty culture. I think we heard multiple sides of the perspective. We had the nice side.
I've been on the receiving end of it, and I have delivered it.
Always.
I have delivered it.
No, but it's really good to have it both ways, and so we do respect and appreciate that. And I think we're just saying, be authentic, be you, be your true self. And I'm very aggressive. Like, I'm strong. And sometimes I rub people the wrong way. Sometimes people can't receive my message. And people have said I'm nice, nasty. But I'm really saying what I really feel. Like, I've said it. I'll say it in multiple different languages, multiple different. like, you want me to talk lion? You want me to talk zebra? Like, what you want me to talk? Apples, oranges? Like, what you want me to talk? This is how I talk. But I think that getting to somebody's, you gotta use your discernment. Like, so let's stop talking about it. Let's do it. Let's look at the person's heart, what she's saying, because I've said messages to two types of people, lions and zebras. And when I say a message to a zebra, it's like, what? But when I say it to a lion, they're like, yeah, sis, you right about this. You know what? I should have got up at 7 o'clock. Why was I asleep to about 12? You right, sis. But it's how you receive what the person says. Absolutely. So when you think about nice, nasty, and to your point, you said, yeah, there was times I was a little nice, nasty. I'll say that. It's like, I think that it's about putting your foot down when you need to, being aggressive when you need to, but also being you. One thing about me, and my children will tell you, I don't change. I call my kids little Negroes, get your little rabbit asses. Right in our families call rabbit asses. Y'all get that? Okay. No. They don't say rabbit asses. No. Get your rabbit ass with it on. What's the word?
Like, they throw stuff at you.
Like,
hey.
Well, the point is, I'm gonna have the conversation, and you put a camera in my house, I'm gonna have the same conversation that I'm gonna have with somebody on a stage. I am who I am. I'm saying it how I feel like I want to say it, and either you're gonna hear the message from my heart and you're gonna receive it, or you are not. And that concludes our conversation on this nice, nasty. We are just here having a little pajama party with some amazing women and doing some amazing things. And we're just so happy for you to tune in. You have a sponsor for us, Doc?
I do. I do have a sponsor. Cozy Digital. Cozy Digital.
That's right.
Is our sponsor.
Cozy Digital.